Hello everybody, Gmod here, and welcome back to some more Pokemon Platinum version. In the last episode, we took on Team Galactic in their headquarters, and thankfully, after a bit of a close fight with their leader Juniper, we managed to come out victorious and free the Bike Man, or Bike Shop Man, whatever you want to call him. And in return, we got a bicycle! Yeah! Look at us go! Whee! But unfortunately, we can't leave town with our brand new bicycle because apparently they really want us to visit a guy living over here called the Explorer Man. I think that's what his name is anyways. Sorry, the Underground Man. My apologies, good sir. Which, Underground Man makes you sound very suspicious, but we'll hear him out before we judge him too hard. Let's go check it out, shall we? And, they should have called it the Underground Men. Which one am I supposed to talk to? The old guy, for sure. I'm the first to have gone underground and dug some tunnels. You can call me the Underground Man. Everyone else does. I'm gonna give this to you. You hold your end of the deal and put it to good use. I didn't sign up for anything, but I guess we're obligated now. We got ourselves the Explorer Kit, a very cool, interesting item. My gift to you, the Explorer Kit, will instantly take you on the ground. You need only to use it, and then you will be down there in the tunnels. The underground is a different world where you can do this, that, and another thing too. Very descriptive. Let me mention you to becoming a full-fledged spelunker. That's a fun word. We take on this challenge? Nah, he gave us the thing for free, and we may as well hear him out. Well said, my young friend. I'll teach you by assigning missions. First, go underground. Going underground is quite easy. Simply use your Explorer Kit. If you accomplish that, I'll give you your next test. So, we're not going to go completely in-depth about this entire mechanic for the time being, because there's more to it than what we're going to learn here, but we're going to learn about the Explorer Kit right here, right now. And by doing that, we're going to be following this guy's missions, because he seems pretty nice and he really wants to do this, so we may as well do him the favor. The Explorer Kit can be found in your key items pocket, right over here, and if you go down here, you'll find it right here. Now, there is one downside to using this in my case in particular. I have to save the game to use it, and obviously when you're recording a YouTube series, saving/auto-saving is the bane of your existence, especially auto-saving, but thankfully this game doesn't have that. But this is as close as we're gonna get to that, so if anything happens to recording, it's gonna be very awkward, but I think it's okay. Down here to the underground we go. And honestly, looking at how this, how the layout changes down here, because the top screen becomes a map and the bottom screen becomes your main focus of your, the gameplay. Give me just a moment and I'm going to do something really quick. And with the power of magic, ooh, we now have it so that the bottom screen and top screen have swapped places. Incredible technology, although, hold on. There we go. I goofed it up a little bit, just had to adjust it a little bit, there we go. And believe it or not, Rourke is here. Hey, Zachary, this should make your first time here? Going to Sinnoh's Underground. Huh? Where's this, you asked? Does the writer make it obvious? There's a giant underground network of passages underneath Sinnoh. Huh? What am I doing in this expensive a place? It's kind of hard to answer. I mean, you can do pretty much anything you want down here. For instance, you can dig up treasures, spheres, and make a secret base. You can play with your friends down here, too. You talk to the Underground Man in Turner City. I have to get going now, but I'll see you around. And away he goes! The magical spin that takes him to the above ground. But yeah, this here is the Underground, a completely separate area exclusive to the Generation 4 games. Where, as Rourke just described, you can look around, you can dig for fossils, you can dig for spheres, you can make up a secret base, and you can hang out with your friends too. Now, am I going to be doing many of this and just during this Let's Play? Not particularly, but we'll talk more about that as we learn more about this place. For the time being though, all we had to do was just check this place out, so I'm going to go over here and go back above ground, shall we? Which does unfortunately mean that the bottom screen and top screen are swapped, but we're about to go back underground in a second anyway, so I'm just gonna leave it the way it is for a second. Just ignore the giant timer on screen. Let's see if you've gone down to the underground tunnels. Well done. Take these as rewards. And by doing this, we got ourselves a move trap, a bubble trap, and a leaf trap, whatever that means. These are called traps. They're triggered when stepped on. The underground is a place where you can go with your friends. You might want to try some of those traps we've done down there with others. Now, what should I assign you next? How was it in the underground tunnels? Big and empty, I would think. But that's only because you're a novice spelunker. There are many hidden things down there that are not visible to the eye. For our next test, I want you to dig up some treasure or spheres for me. On the ground, check the radar for yellow spots. Go to such a location and search the treasure using the touchscreen. And just like that, we have our next mission. Back to the underground we go. And like I said, since we're going back down there immediately, I'm just going to leave this layout the way it is for the time being. Just so I don't have to keep swapping it up manually like I've been doing. So with that being said, launch the DS Communications, and back underground we go. Thank God we're not getting the long saving thing. If you save fairly often, you're not gonna get the long saving thing, so something to keep in mind. Anyways, back on the ground we are. Ta-da! So now that we're down here, you're gonna notice there on this radar that there's some glittering spots on the map, and this is where the game basically telling you where you can find treasure. So if you go ahead and click on the bottom screen, you'll do this little radar thing, and if you are near some treasure, you're gonna see a yellow glitter pop up, although you can just track it on your map as well. Nothing quite here yet, however, we take the turn over here, do it right here, and voila, we found some glittering spot, which means there's a place where we can do some digging. Let's do it. Something pinned to the wall, free confirmed. Oh, there's no text inside the Explorer kit. Digging for treasure and spheres. Put a sledgehammer and pickaxe in your Explorer kit. Use them, you have to catch walls and dig out all sorts of stuff. I'm sure you can dig them out before the wall comes tumbling down. You can do it. Good luck, youngster. So this here is a pretty interesting mini-game, I guess you can call it. You have two options here. You have the sledgehammer and you have the pickaxe. The sledgehammer covers a wider range of digging. However, it does considerably more damage to the wall, and if you do too much damage to the wall, it actually collapses and you lose out on anything you haven't picked up yet. Meanwhile, the pickaxe does not cover as nearly as much space, but it does less damage, so it's nicer to pick things out nice and easy. However, for demonstration purposes, I like that big hammer. Ugh. And what do we have over here but what looks to be some sort of object? Tap it again, and we've uncovered a green sphere. Our first treasure of many here. Apparently there was 3 of them when we came digging here, so we should keep looking for them. And you're also going to notice here that depending on what you hit on the surface here, the rocks here have the most endurance, the darker soil has a harder endurance, and the lighter soil is the lowest endurance. So keep that in mind as you're digging. And as you're digging, as you can see on the top there, you're going to see some cracks starting to form on the top wall. That is essentially an HP bar. Once the thing goes across the entirety of the screen, the wall will collapse and you'll miss out on anything else you haven't digged up yet. So you want to be a little bit careful. You don't want to go too crazy. But as you can see, with a little bit of careful precision, everything was dug up. We got a blue sphere, a green sphere, and another blue sphere. All of different sizes. This will come important in a little bit. But for the time being, since we just finished digging up here, there's one thing I want to show off before we head back above ground to get our next mission. If we go over here to the left, aha, you, my fellow hiker. You got a sphere or two? If you don't, trade you something. This is the main use of these spheres. You can actually trade with the people down here to get yourself different things you can use down here in the underground. Now, unfortunately, as you can see, we need to have specific sizes of sphere or color. However, if you have a sphere that's bigger than the size they're actually requesting for, you can still trade for it. So, something to keep in mind. We got a green sphere 10, we just traded because we had something that was bigger than a green sphere 9. To put it into perspective. We'll talk more about what we just traded for in a little bit, but for the time being, that's all I want to talk about for the time being. So how about we go back on up and go visit our good man, the Underground Man, who's conveniently above ground, which is kind of misleading. I think you should change your name. But hey, who am I to judge? Ah, you got what I was looking for. Good job of finding it. Well done indeed. Take these as your reward. We have ourselves a Prism Sphere 1, a Red Sphere 1, more of these spheres we were talking about before, a Blue Sphere 1, and digging the walls and underground tunnels are under hidden stuff. Fossils and stones can be dug up and brought out from the down under. Spheres which are gems cannot be brought out, but they can be exchanged for goods down there. Now, what should I assign you next? Keep it coming, I'm motivated. My tests aren't over. Next, let's learn to use some spheres. The spheres the spheres one can find on the ground are very peculiar. We're buried in the ground, they grow daily, a little bit at a time. I want you to bury these strange spheres in the underground. This is my latest test. Sure. I guess we can go ahead and do that. Back to the underground we go. And honestly, I should probably register at this point, but it's not too long of a wait extra. It's not the worst thing in the world. We can just go ahead and do it. Now, the main thing you want to take note of what he was talking about is that you can find fossils down there. And there are a few Pokemon that are exclusively only fossils, like Cranidos, for example, which we fought against Rourke with. There's also a Pokemon called Shieldon you can find down here. And there's also a Pokemon, which I'm a personal fan favorite of. Well, I like Cranidos a lot, too. But you can also find as a Platinum Aerodactyl down here as well, which is pretty cool. That said, he wanted us to bury some spheres. So we go over here to the spheres thing. Go over here, we can click bury. And by doing this, you put it into the ground, and over time, it'll grow into a bigger size sphere over time. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not 100% sure of how the game calculates, like, the growth of these things. I don't know if it's by day, or if it's by week, or, you know, by... I have no idea. But if I can find something about it, I will definitely put it on screen right now in post-editing. That being said, though, that's actually all we had to do for this test. So, how about we jump back above the ground and let the old man know we did our job. It may feel like it's being a bit of a hassle, you know, doing all these tests and whatnot, but it's only been like a few minutes. We're not doing too bad. Good, you've earned your spheres. I have no idea how you can tell I did that from above here, but I'm not gonna complain. Next time you go on the ground, they should have grown bigger. Just don't forget we buried your spheres. Anyway, well done. This is your reward. We get the Digger Drill. Sounds like a Mario Galaxy power-up. They may have seen some already, but there are sphere collectors. They wander around the underground tunnel seeking spheres. They'll help me trade you items for big spheres. Now, what should I assign you next? I just wonder what we're gonna get assigned next, since we just got a brand new item. Let's check it out, though. Why not? Have you gotten weary of preparing going back to the underground? Well, it's not over yet. Next up is your secret base. That's right, they'll teach you how to make your own secret base. All you need to do is the Digger Drill I gave you earlier. Simply go underground, use the Digger Drill wherever you like. It'll instantly make you your very own secret base. So your next assignment is to go and make your own secret base. Very, he said secret base like 6 times there. I think we got the memo, but, hey. Why not clear him out? And I could be wrong, but I think this is either the last test of his or the second last test of his. I could be wrong. But, we'll find out very soon, I guess. Back on the ground we go, and honestly, since we're just doing this for demonstration purposes, I'm not gonna bother running around looking for a good spot. We're just gonna go over here to the wall, go to our items, I think goods? No, treasures? Not spheres. And hit the Digger Drill. The Digger Drill is used. Discover a small cavern. And we can go over here and make ourselves a secret base. And by secret base, we mean we found a room with a bunch of rocks in it. And a computer that somehow got here. I don't know how we took this down here, but we sure did. Yeah, this here is considered your secret base. And the secret base is mostly just for fun for multiplayer things. Because like it was mentioned before, if you have friends nearby who are also using the underground, you can actually meet up down here and like mess around with them and whatnot. You can like go together digging up treasure and whatnot. You can go around playing capture the flags. Believe it or not, this base here actually has a flag of your own. You can play capture the flag with your friends here, which is kind of cool. And there's actually a mechanic for this game, like, not a mechanic, okay, how should I describe this? There is actually a bonus mechanic to using the underground quite a bit, which I'm unfortunately not going to be able to show up during this Let's Play. But we'll talk about that when we get down there in the future, because we're not going to be seeing what I'm talking about for a little bit of time. Either way, though, secret base made. Old man should be happy. Let's go stop by once again, shall we? Ooh, boy, alright. Have we done the test yet? Have we succeeded? I made your secret base. Excellent. I thought I might have been asking too much of you, but you did it. Well done. Take these as your reward. Give ourselves the plain table, which is, you know, a table. A wooden chair, which apparently gets sent down to our PC immediately. Very handy indeed. A small bookshelf, not bad at all. And a Baneri doll, which sounds very cute. I can't lie. It's nice. I took a joke and only use only once. If you wish to move your secret base, you need to obtain another Digger Drill. You can trade a sphere for one on the ground. What should I make you do next? Oh my god, there's still more. Alright. You stuck it out to the end. This is my final test. You're just on a secret base, but it's totally empty, is it not? Not to worry, you can decorate your own secret base as you see fit. So for the final test, I want you to decorate your secret base. Use furniture and interior goods to give your secret base character. One final feature to talk about for the time being, and then we can leave the underground for the time being. Oh boy, it's been a journey. But we're almost there. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was talking about the fossil Pokemon being able to be obtained down here by digging in the walls and finding them. At one point of my planning of this Let's Play, I actually considered having a fossil Pokemon on my main team. But for specific reasons, I decided not to in the long run. Mostly because there's another Pokemon of a very similar typing that I wanted to use during this playthrough. But we'll talk more about that when we get there, obviously. But just let it be known, there was a timeline where I definitely could have been doing the underground for quite some time during this episode. But for the time being, one final task for us to do. Decorate our secret base. I forgot we have to close the door first. Hold on. I think I had... Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if I can close the door from inside, but I think I have to do this. And close and decorate. There you go. By doing that, nobody can get into your base. So if you're playing multiplayer friends, you're worried about them getting into your base, stealing your flag. There you go. But the main reason why you want to close your door right there is because by doing this, You can't get somebody stuck when you're decorating your base, because believe it or not, you are actually physically moving objects in your base. So if you wanted to, you can have like a friend like stuck in this corner, you can trap them with the table if this wasn't an option. Which would be very funny, but you know, probably for the best. That being said though, table, go here. Yeah. Wooden chair. A singular chair for me. And, bookshelf, in the corner, because who wants to read books, am I right, fellas? And finally, a Barry doll. What do you mean it can't place here? Also, this is kind of funny. It, like, clips through the table. It's kind of funny. Okay, fine. She can guard the way to the bookshelf. There you go. Now nobody can get to the bookshelf. Good job, Baneri. And with that, our wonderful base has been decorated. Isn't it beautiful? Unfortunately, we can't interact with the doll, but it looks cute, right? That's all that matters. It looks cute. If it wasn't obvious, though, you can get more decorations and whatnot by trading with the people down here after getting some spheres. So if you want to build your own secret base up, you can do just that. However, for the sake of this Let's Play, I'm not really going to be doing that all that much. But it's a very cool feature, and definitely appreciate to see. And it kind of comes back in Diamond and Pearl, like in the remakes. It kind of comes back, but it's expanded on even more. Like, there's more reason to be in the underground, because there's a lot of Pokemon down there that you can't get in the overworld, which is kind of neat. But, we're not playing Shining Diamond and Brilliant Pearl. We're here to play the original, or not the original, Platinum. Ah, you managed to decorate your secret base. I knew I recognized a spelunker in you. Don't forget to close the door when you're decorating. We don't want visitors getting hurt by walking in on you. If you want to place goods you receive, store them in the PC first. Anyway, well done. This is your reward. For doing all that, we get a Turtwig doll, and believe it or not, you actually will get a doll depending on which starter Pokemon you end up picking. You'll get a Piplup one if you pick, you know, Piplup, Chimchar for Chimchar, and obviously Turtwig for Turtwig, so kind of neat. There are ways of collecting more decoration goods. You can grow spheres you found and trade them for goods. It's also possible to obtain goods from friends. And with that, we've done it. All the tasks of the underground man completed, which means it's time for me to fix my screen around, so give me a second. Okay, and we're back. Feels good to have my screens back to normal. Very handy, powerful technology of the 3DS capture card. But that being said, we have the Explorer Kit, which means this woman's not gonna stop us anymore, which means we can finally head out of the turn of the city. However, before you leave, make sure you talk to this man. Very important, you're about to see why. Zachary, long time no see. Oh, you look puzzled. You're wondering who I am. I'm Resident's assistant and Don's father. I've come a long way to help you on your adventure at the professor's behest. Sorry, let me ask you, how many Pokemon have you met? Oh my, I met 44 Pokemon. Wonderful, yes, bravo. Reshiram should be delighted. Here's something for you. Because believe it or not, this reward is very, very helpful. This here is the Experience Share, the almighty powerful item that every person loves. Well, at least before Generation 6, but we'll talk about that when we play Generation 6 at some point. So this here's the Experience Share, a very powerful and useful item. It will... Actually, hold on, let me pull it up first before I talk about it. Where is it? Right down here. There we go. The Experience Share in this game is an item that you give to one of your Pokemon, and it will split the experience of whatever Pokemon got experienced that battle in half. Extremely useful for training up your Pokemon. So for say example, this would have been really helpful when I had a, you know, a Magikarp instead of Gyarados now. But if I were to give my Experience Share to Bidoof here and complete battle with Gyarados, Gyarados would get half the experience from that battle, and the other half will go directly to Bidoof without me having to switch in the Pokemon whatsoever. So not only is it a massive time saver, but it's also just generally great for raising up your weaker Pokemon. Like I said though, would have been useful for Magikarp, but unfortunately you cannot get down here until you have the Explorer Kit taken care of and all that stuff. And you also need to have seen, I believe it's 30 or 40 Pokemon for the Experience Share to be given to you. I'm not sure which one it is, but it's one of the two, and it's very, very useful to have. So definitely make sure you pick this item up. Very good indeed. And with all that being said, never mind, we can't go forward. Slinging Road is only for bicycles. Please get on your bicycle. Fine, I guess. So yeah, this is the reason why you couldn't also leave town. Okay, hold on. Let's just break down everything you need to do before you can actually leave a turn of the city. You need to get the bicycles. You need to stop Team Galactic. You need to get the Underground Explorer Kit. You don't have to do all the tests, but you just have to get the kit. And you have to get the bicycle as well. You have to pick up the bicycle after you defeat the Team Galactic HQ over there. So really, there's a ton of stuff you have to do to get through past the turn of the city. But once you've done everything, you gain access to Route 206, Cycling Road. And I know this episode was basically just running up and down for the underground. Notice how that rhymed. But I think it's a good idea to leave this episode here. That way, we can resume next time and just go full throttle onto Cycling Road, which is what is below us right now. So, a bit of a shorter episode, but it's an episode that kind of needed to happen because the underground is a pretty important mechanic. You know, there's exclusive Pokemon you can get down there. And there's a bunch of unique mechanics down there that make it pretty cool, especially if you have friends to play with. Unfortunately, I don't have anyone around me at the moment who is playing Generation 4. But who knows, maybe one day we'll have a bonus episode on here where I just take some friends down there and we just screw around and we just show off the underground to its full extent. Well, that being said, thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed nonetheless. And next time on Pokemon Platinum, our adventure properly resumes, cycling down here on Cycling Road. See you guys then.